Ed Gillick was in trouble with the law. The Democratic state senator from Memphis had been indicted in 1976 on federal charges for accepting a bribe under the color of official right and engaging in racketeering. The lawmaker was accused of using his position as a senator to prevent the extradition of a man facing charges in Illinois and taking payments to introduce legislation on behalf of 4 men looking to obtain master electrician's licenses. Gillick, himself a criminal defense attorney, recognized the gravity of the situation and soon began soliciting contributions from lobbyists for his legal defense fund. He hired prominent Nashville attorney James F. Neal, a former Watergate prosecutor who would go on to successfully defend Ford Motor Company against reckless homicide charges over deaths in its subcompact Pinto car. Neal argued the speech and debate clause of the U.S. Constitution, which protects members of Congress from being sued over anything they say in the course of their legislative activities, extended to Tennessee lawmakers. Therefore, Neal argued, none of Gillick's statements or actions as a member of the Tennessee General Assembly should be admitted as evidence in the case. To the horror of federal prosecutors, U.S. District Judge Bailey Brown agreed. To the extent that venal legislators might go unconvicted because of the government's being barred from proving legislative acts and motives, this is the price that the Founding Fathers believed we should pay for legislative independence, Brown wrote. Assistant U.S. Attorney Larry Parrish said the judge had created a monster by finding evidence couldn't be presented to the jury about lawmakers' misdeeds. This now makes black bag legislation legal, Parrish lamented. The case worked its way through the appeals process, with the Sixth Circuit agreeing that lawmakers' activities were privileged. But conflicting rulings in other circuits led the matter to be taken up by the U.S. Supreme Court, which ultimately found in a 7-2 decision in 1980 that state lawmakers cannot claim immunity from federal prosecution for actions conducted while in office. We believe that recognition of an evidentiary privilege for state legislators for their legislative acts would impair the legitimate interest of the federal government in enforcing its criminal statutes, with only speculative benefit to the state legislative process, Chief Justice Warren Burger wrote for the majority. The decision removed any doubt of the authority of federal law enforcement officials to prosecute state-level public corruption. Without it, many subsequent probes into illicit activity by state lawmakers in Tennessee and around the nation may have become more difficult, or even impossible.